Republicans have seemingly started to attack Tim Walz on a few things, and I want to get your reactions on each. So, Vice Presidential nominee on the Republican side, J.D. Vance, did say this about him and Kamala Harris. They make an interesting tag team because, of course, Tim Walz allowed rioters to burn down Minneapolis in the summer of 2020, and the few who got caught, Kamala Harris helped bail them out of jail. What do you think the Democrats' response should and could and will be when the GOP is running ads with images and video of Minneapolis, essentially businesses burning and the chaos that ensued after the murder of George Floyd in summer of 2020?
You know what? I think what they need to lean into is that it's okay to be angry, but also you can't blame a governor or an elected official for what happened, right? So I think that they need to lean into that. But then also I think that they need to talk about like why this even happened in the first place. You know, what is happening with why do we need police reform? Why is this so important for Black voters? I mean, Black voters are incredibly disenfranchised. Really need to speak to, and so far, Kamala, biracial herself and being Black, I think with that, but I don't think it is the absolute push that we need to say, okay, yes, these voters are going to come our way. I think that there needs to be more than that, and they need to continue to discuss police reform could for them, and also Walz did, because it's not like he just sat down, and did absolutely nothing. There were things that he was doing during that time that I think he needs to bring to the forefront.
Critics are also coming at Walz, saying he inflated his military service. J.D. Vance went so far as to accuse him of stolen valor and took issue with Walz saying he carried a gun in war when he didn't serve in a combat zone. This messaging has really spiraled out of control now on social media. What do you think Democrats' response should be?
You know what? I think that they need to lean into the fact that ultimately he's a vet, and it's compared to Donald Trump, who literally said that John McCain is not a war hero. I mean, that called veterans suckers and losers. I think that they need to bring up those comparisons, regardless of whether he was in active duty or not. Doesn't mean that he was less of a vet, and I think that they need to say that loudly and proudly. And also, I mean, they need to talk about the fact that even though he wasn't in an active war zone, doesn't mean that he hasn't done so much for comprehensive gun legislation. In fact, not just him, but Kamala has passed some of the most comprehensive gun legislation we've seen in the last 30 years, and that's something that they should be proud of.